Be cool, be kind, be classy. The cupcakes are sweet and sexy. Have fun and enjoy the journey. Just have a good attorney. No big whoop, no biggie. She lives near New York City. Not just a YouTube show. When you know, you better grab a straw. Learn about the law. It's cool here in the shade, sipping motions of lemonade. Cool heads will prevail, kindness will never fail. Be classy and vastly wise. Oh, Melanie Little is going live. Oh no, where is Melanie? Follow the island's melody. There's a concert within reach. No surprise, she's at Jones Beach. She heard some music far away. Captain Jack Sack Harbor Bay. He sings and his piano plays. Not all sounds are waterways. Speaking Yiddish or Latin, it's not just for Manhattan. It's for Pilta and Meshegas. Ridiculous that insanus. Oy vey, Marcus. Pro said, that's for schmucks. Be cool, be kind, be classy. My cupcakes sweet and sassy. Not just a YouTube show. When you know, cool heads will prevail. Kindness will never fail. Be classy and vastly wise. Melanie Little is going live.
Happy Sunday. It's Sunday Fun Day. It's Sunday Fun Day. Everyone take a deep cleansing breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. How's everyone doing? I don't know. Has the whole entire world gone mad? I think the whole entire world has gone mad. And I think that there needs to be an alternative place to go if you don't want to be involved in all of the madness and the vitriol and the toxicity and the evil. Well, this is just like that spray that I told you about. I just sprayed. I was in the pool. I was outside. I was gardening. Got some new Crocs that are like really cool. They look like Birkenstocks. I got to put them on my Amazon list. They're $40. The most comfortable shoes you're ever going to wear for gardening. You can just hose them off. And I'm a Birkenstock girl at heart forever. But they make Crocs now that look like Birkenstocks. They're amazing. And then I have this little spray that I use, living proof or whatever. Spray, Dyson, 3 minutes, done. Pool hair don't care. Pool hair don't care. I mean, make me laugh. Let's laugh. You know, we need to laugh. We need to laugh. And we need to talk about some stuff other than the true crime stuff that we talk about that is so heavy. And tomorrow we're going to start Lindsay Clancy, and it's going to be deep, and it's going to be dark, and it's going to be evil. And so tonight, I don't know. Can we just laugh? I want to laugh. So too much to ask. So here's the first thing we're going to do, because I think it's time for a refresh. It's time for a refresh, my friends. If you saw the title of the stream, you know exactly what I'm going to lay on you now. This is a poem that was hanging in my house as a child. I know it by heart. And if you don't know it, it's called Desiderata. It was written by Max Ehrman, 1927. And it still holds true today. Okay? Here you go. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even to the dull and the ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexatious to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain or bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. But do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. And that is Desiderata, one of my favorite poems, written in 1927 by Max Ehrmann. And it is something that you should like read it all the time. Keep it in your wallet. Keep it in your wallet. And so that I bring to you first. Did you like it? If you've never heard it before, yeah, I have read it to you guys before, but it's been a while. It's been a minute. And I thought it was time to read it again. I know that many of you were over there watching Will's petty stream. I was over there too, but I just can't. I just don't have the bandwidth for it. I don't have the bandwidth for any more toxicity. I don't know who's fighting with who. I don't know who's been kicked off the island. I don't know who did what to who. I only know who's coming after me. And the only reason I know it is because people send it to me. Stop sending it to me. Please stop sending it to me. Please stop sending it to me. I'm having a nice night last night with my kids, and I get an email at 7:12 p.m. from a viewer. Just FYI, they're having a Mel Bash party over on so-and-so. Stop. Why would you try and ruin my night by even hitting go on an email like that? Stop. Think before you send go on anything, on a chat, on a tweet, on a comment, on an email. Just don't. Who does that? My friends don't do that. Don't do that. Let me live in peace. Let me age gracefully until I feel like having a facelift. And when I do have a facelift, if I want one, I'm going to get one. And if and when I do, I'll just shut the camera off for a couple of weeks. Put on some big sunglasses, because you should do whatever makes you happy. Whatever makes you feel good, do it. Do it. All right. Here's, let's see, today's Sunday. So we have to catch up on Saturday's motivational quote of the day from yesterday. Chekhov. It's Chekhov. We're going to lay in some knowledge on us. Wisdom comes not from age, but from education and learning. Wow, look at that. Wisdom comes from not from age, but from education and learning. So many of you say that I teach you stuff a lot. A lot of the days I'm teaching you things. And tonight, I want you to teach me some things. Tell me what you're an expert in. Everyone's an expert in something. Throw it in the chat. What are you an expert in? I want to talk about gardening. Let's talk about gardening. Let's talk about your funniest movie. Let's talk about if you could go to a concert tonight and sit in the front row of any band or artist, alive or dead, where would you go? Who would you pick? Nikki's here. She's in medicine. Dexter Savas from the Commonwealth is a photographer. See, I love this. How to pose in photographs. We could do a whole show on how to pose in photographs in the most flattering way. Right? What's in the frame is in the frame. You get what's in the frame, right? Robin wants a lower. I don't know how to say this, but I think it's an eye job, right? You had the upper one last year. I think they say you're supposed to do them both at the same time, because once you do one, then you're going to want to have the other done. So just do it all at the same time. I love this. I love this. All right, here we go. Sky View is an expert in flying. Marcia Scally is an expert in makeup. Oh, I love that for us. We need to know. This is why the beef tallow, the whipped tallow, has done wonders for my old postmenopausal skin. It is amazing. I'm going to tag it to the stream right now. It's $30. I mean, I have always been, and I would save up for it, a La Mer girl. That was like, I thought La Mer was magic. It's very expensive for a little tiny jar. And I'm telling you what, this stuff for $30, I don't know what's in it. They say there's lipids in it, so it replenishes whatever it is that's in your skin already that you need, like as you age. And Sculptra is another thing I'm very interested in, which is like a deep thing. It's not an injectable, but it is something that they do, I guess, with needles, and it replenishes like your collagen naturally. I don't know. I'm looking into it. I'm doing the research. Sculptra. Let me know if you've had it done. I really want to know. All right, let's see. Tuxberry's backpack is here. And Tuxberry's backpack is an expert in, okay, like literally, hold on. Hold on. I forgot to turn off my ringer. An expert in antique and vintage dolls, which I love. Zambi Ma'am is an expert in beading like jewelry. Like I used to have like beaded like earrings when I was in college on Grateful Dead tour. A lot of people would sell beaded earrings. I love that, Zambi Ma'am. Sharon is an expert at crocheting. She sends me some of the really amazing stuff that she crochets. She does, like, we have like a Rage Crochet Club here. Sharon, I think, is the president, the self-proclaimed president. Anybody can join. All you got to do is just start Rage Crocheting. That's all you got to do. Villanelle trains horses. I love that. I had a bad experience with a horse as a kid. Like at a YMCA camp, they told me to come on the other side of the horse and mount the horse. And I walked around the back of the horse and I got yelled at so loudly that I guess you're not supposed to walk around the back of a horse. I didn't know. What did I know? And it scared me to death. And I also, every time when I was at sleepaway camp, I would always get the horse when we're trail riding that wanted to go into the water. I don't like to ride anything like that I can't control. That's a lot bigger than me. I don't know. I don't know why, but I love that for you. Mycology. I don't even know what that is, Pierre. I don't know what mycology is. You're gonna make me Google mycology. Hold on a second, because you think I won't. I will. I think I have the most educated chat on the internet. I think I do. Prove me wrong. But you also understand nuance. You understand legal nuance. And that's what I love so much about you, because you can see past sometimes the horrific aspects of the crime and get at the why and the behind it. And you have empathy for, victims of certain things like DV and other things that people can be victims of. Mycology is the branch of biology that focuses on the scientific study of fungi, including their genetic and biochemical properties, taxonomy, and interactions with other life forms. Key areas within this field include studying mushrooms, mushrooms, molds, and yeasts. I mean, wow. I did learn when I was in college, and I was a deadhead, so psychedelics were a thing. Mushrooms, like psychedelic mushrooms, grow in cow dung, right? I mean, probably now they're grown in a lab or somewhere with hydroponics, but cow dung is where they grow. That's what they told me. I don't know. Glasmy is an art expert. We have a veterinarian in the chat. We have a doctor of veterinary medicine right here, the integrative vet. James Lynch is an expert in electricity. We're never too old to learn, Casey. We're never too learn. Here's Grandma Mochi. Grandma Mochi is here. She's an expert in gardening. Thank you. Okay, my big leaf hydrangeas. I live for my hydrangeas. Okay, when I planned my backyard many years ago, decades ago, I planned an entire wall of big leaf hydrangeas. Last year, the guys who were doing my lawn cut them back. They didn't bloom. I was devastated. I live for my hydrangeas. They've had, I had soaker hoses put in instead of the regular sprinklers that I used to have, thinking that it would keep them blooming longer. They are now starting, they've been in a heat wave, Grandma Mochi. They've been decimated by the heat. And so, will they start blooming again? I've been deadheading them. I know where to cut them down to the next buds that are coming out. I've also learned that zinnias, I started following some people on Instagram who are really into gardening too. Zinnias are cut and come again flowers. The zinnias do really well here. I have very sandy soil. And so you must cut your zinnias and you will have millions of zinnias and they're amazing. I just learned also today about neem oil, NEEM oil, because we have a lot of Japanese beetles and things that are eating all of the leaves on my beautiful hibiscus flowers that are like the size of a dinner plate, which are also doing really well here. And so I was spraying neem oil today. And if there's any landscapers in the chat, can you tell me if this polymeric sand is worth it, if I should put that in between the pavers outside to keep the weeds from growing? My dahlias are doing really great too. And I feel like the dahlias are not affected by the bugs as much as the zinnias and these giant hibiscus that I have out there. And the dahlias are doing really well. And then I have a giant pot of marigolds that are also doing amazing. And I have the bougainvillea and the mandevilla, which are also doing really well. They're in pots though, because I can't keep them out all year long. So thank you for listening to my gardening talk. And those are some things I need to know about the polymeric sand. Somebody gave me an estimate to do it, and I'm like, I'm not spending $2,500 for you to sprinkle some sand in between my pavers. I can do that myself. Can I do it myself? I think I can do it myself. Oh, look, Sin is in the house. Are you an extreme couponer? Are you an extreme couponer? She says getting groceries for cheap. Oh, facelift, you're beautiful. Good. Thank you. But, like if I ever feel like I want a nip and a tuck, I'm going to get it. I'm going to do it. I don't think people should feel bad for doing it. I mean, we do Botox, right? Who doesn't do Botox? Might be time for Botox. Stella Blue is here. She's an expert in sarcasm. SJ is here. She's a hair expert. Oh, that reminds me. Shout out to Melissa. Shout out to Melissa at Paul's Barbershop in Quincy. Okay. She says she's been doing hair for decades. I don't know how long, really. I forget how long you told me, Melissa. And she's been talking to everybody at Paul's Barbershop in Quincy about Adam Deitch running for Norfolk DA. And if you didn't know, Quincy is in Norfolk County. And she is amazed at the amount of people who don't even know who Adam Deitch is, who don't even know who the district attorney is, and who don't even know that the election is coming up. So she's been telling everyone that gets in the chair all about Adam Deitch and why it's so important to get out there on September 1st and vote for district attorney for Norfolk County. Hold, please. And so she said she reached out to his campaign. And I think that Adam Deitch is going to go to Paul's Barbershop in Quincy. And maybe she started a trend. I think that is a great place to go to meet people, salons, because listen, your hairdresser knows all your secrets. Okay. She knows all your secrets. She or he knows all your secrets. When you find a good one, you keep them for decades. It's like the best relationship that you're going to have. You can never trust anyone with your hair ever again. Once you have your person, you have your person. And they know all of your secrets. And who better to educate the public than the person doing your hair? I think it's such a great idea. Right. May Cronin says amazing since Marcy is from Quincy. Right? I love it. Here's a teacher in the chat. Butterfields is a teacher. Nicole is an expert in Depeche Mode is who you would want to go see in concert. Right. We have a couple conversations going on at once. Live concert, LP. Paul's Barbershop in Quincy. That's right. Boozy Beauty's here. I don't know if she's a boozer, but she sure is a beauty. Number one child says Phil Collins. Phil Collins. Jody is here, and she says, I'm an expert in colonial American history. The Puritans were freaky. I absolutely believe it. We did do a whole show on the Salem witch trials, but that was like in the 1600s. What is 1692? Is that considered part of colonial America, or does colonial America not begin until like in the 1700s, late 1700s? I'm not sure. But I am watching Outlander and I do love it. I love it. I'm learning a whole new language. Sassenach. Clever Lee is here. She's an expert in pet grooming. Mima would want to go see Pink and Aunt Nancy, Chris Cornell. Some sewing experts in the look at Sew Tara, SEW Tara. There's Zeppelin. I Hate Peas wants to go see Zeppelin. Oh, we've got an HR expert in the chat. Oh, I mean, listen, good thing a lot of YouTubers don't have HR departments because they'd be going in for meetings all the time. All the time. Gem cutting. Wow. I mean, that's a real specialty. That reminds me of the, what's the name of that Adam Sandler movie? Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems, right? That was good. I don't even think I ever finished it. I started watching it, but I didn't finish it. Nurse's Aid. You guys do the Lord's work. You do the Lord's work, Karina, especially if you're doing home duty, because you're a rare breed, you nurses' aides. Lady Laura's an expert in skincare from TikTok University. Oh, Jill reads tarot cards. Well, we might need you. We might need you to come in and conjure up some, I don't know. One of my kids just told me that there's witches on Etsy that you can hire for $12 to do a spell. I'm like, what? What? Did you know about the Etsy witches? Subi Sue is an expert in Japanese ink painting. Sup, Bo? Knows all about guitars. What's your favorite? Sunshine Love teaches children how to read. I love that. Floral design and medicine, says Georgia Cat Mom. Joy says, I want to go see Stevie Nicks. Nona wants to see Stevie Wonder. Mitchell's into James Bond movies. I mean, there's so many things that we could talk about outside of the drama, don't you think? Eve is an expert in science. Integrative vet wants to go see Pearl Jam every single time. I never have, and I need to. It's on my bucket list. I love Eddie Vedder's voice so much. So much. It's everything. It's Elvis from Mandy Moo. Boy Mom. Good old Beatles. Phyllis McCann says Queen. Nell says Neil Diamond. He's not doing very well, right? He has Parkinson's, I think. Fork to Spoon is an expert in air frying, and Kel Girl is an expert in hula hoops. I mean, you guys are doing all of it. Becky's a flight nurse. That's interesting. Got Melissa Etheridge, Jason Aldean, Prince. Proctagot Waffle has 3 areas of expertise: woodworking, music, and cooking. Is that you and Aiden in your profile pic? Cute. It's Allison Shanes for Auntie Sherry. It's Led Zeppelin for James Lynch. Goose. Joe Cud. Goose is playing with Dave Matthews on the beach in Cancun this next January. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. True Crime Justice just got her whipped tallow and she loves it. Did you get the vanilla orange flavor? It smells like creamsicles and it's delicious. Joanna is an expert in college admissions. Damn it, where were you? Where were you? I'm gonna have 3 in college this year. 3. And when did they change the Parent Plus loan guidelines? Because nobody told me. Anybody have kids going to college this year for year 1? Yeah, they've slapped a limit on it. They're only going to let you borrow as a Parent Plus loan up to $65,000 per child per lifetime. Has anybody looked how much college tuition is lately? Has anybody seen it? $65,000 is 1 year of college, if you're lucky, and your kid gets some scholarships. They forgot to write me the memo on that. Anybody ever have 3 kids in college at the same time? Yeah, Yeah, they just started. For any new enrollments after July 1st, 2026, you're screwed. You're screwed. You're pretty much screwed. Unless your kid is getting all the scholarships. That is the federal loan program for parents. It's the Parent Plus loan. It used to take 5 seconds. You would fill it out and it would say, bing, you get it. Here you go. How much you want? And now, apparently, for new kids who are starting college, there's a limit. Start saving. If you didn't do the 529 plans or your 529 plans tanked, like in 2008, many of us got screwed. Oh, please. Michael Jackson, Fleetwood Mac, Java Time is also a photographer. Freddie Mercury, Metallica. If you know, you know, says if you ask my 5-year-old granddaughter, I'm an expert at getting juice and snacks. Yeah, I would like to see Grateful Dead again tonight with Jerry. Like right now, that was always my reset button. The reset button of life. Lori Thompson knows. I would say if you could just hang out, if you just hold out until fall tour, spring tour, it was like pushing the reset button of life. And you always knew that you could push the reset button twice a year if you didn't get to go on summer tour, which was also another great thing about the Grateful Dead. You could just go every night and it was a different show every night. And if you know, you know, right? It was like hitting the reset button of life. I'm the problem. It's me is a mental health nurse. Are you going to be watching Lindsay Clancy with me tomorrow? We're going to cover day 1 and then we're going to see how we go after that. We're not doing a gavel to gavel. I can't, my mental health can't take it. Amanda is a master hair colorist. I know. Listen, we have loyalty. I do. I have loyalty. Kindergarten is here and she's an expert at sarcasm and procrastination. I'm the best procrastinator. I don't know. Are you better than I am? The Doors. When I was in high school, we used to bake Jim Morrison a birthday cake every year. I had a friend who was really into Jim Morrison. She would bake the cake, really, and we would just eat it. But we did love the Doors growing up. The other Emily is an expert in the Real Housewives. Do you watch, are there YouTube channels that talk about the Real Housewives and do like the debriefing? Because I saw Jolene is doing like Big Brother stuff. I was never into Big Brother, never watched it before. Libra Robin is an expert in perfumes. Do you make perfumes? That's interesting. There's genealogy experts in the chat. Look at Babe's mom. Fire hooping. That is, I can see that. Is that what your profile picture is? That's really cool. Is it like lit up hula hoops that are on fire? Or other rings of fire that you juggle around? That's incredible. Kim Babalooey is an expert in landscape architecture and horses. Billy Joel. Eric Church. The Dead. Voos is an expert guitar player. Wait, is that Varys? Varys, is that your alibi? Because our girl sent me a video of Varys's band. Varys is the guy, our friend, who wrote the Bang Bang song, who created the Bang Bang song, and has a band called Area 508. I think that's the name of it. And our girl sent me some video of that from Facebook, and you were shredding. It was really good. If that was you, I don't know if that's you or not. Lisa D is expert at couponing, getting free and cheap. Listen, if it's free, it's for me. If it's free, it's for me. I will never not use a coupon. There are people who actually are embarrassed to use coupons. I say, bring it. Any coupon anybody wants to give me. I heard Bed Bath & Beyond is coming back to physical locations. And if you had a coupon, because, Bed Bath & Beyond was for the 20% off coupons. That's what they're famous for. They would take a 20% off coupon that was from 10 years ago. It didn't matter. They always took the 20% off coupon. You would take that, and it was always this big. You would take your big ass coupon over to Bed Bath & Beyond. And I'm never afraid to use a coupon. Kelly is an expert at medical billing. Lori would want to see Genesis. I saw Genesis a couple years ago. Phil Collins is not doing well. He was in a wheelchair, but he still has an amazing voice. And it was amazing. Elizabeth is a physical therapist. Scaffolding Girl says, You teach us. I'm on scaffolding every day, and I learn so much from you. My boyfriends ask me, how did you become a lawyer? I learned from Queen Melanie. See, I I tell you, when I tell you to come to this green, and I say, unless you're driving an 18-wheeler or on scaffolding, I'm talking to you because some of you are on scaffolding. And I used to handle a lot of scaffolding accident cases, because people don't always wear the proper safety equipment. And even if they do, I don't want anybody falling off the scaffolding on my watch because of me. Because sometimes I'm funny and you might laugh and fall off your scaffolding. I can't have that on my head. Cheryl is mastering gardening. Grow all the ingredients to make my annual Christmas gift. I love it. RN Kitty Mom is a psych nurse. You going to be here tomorrow for Lindsay Clancy? I know it's going to be hard, but it's also important. It's important. Postpartum psychosis needs to be discussed more. Big Pharma needs to be discussed more. And Big Pharma needs to be on the hook for some of this stuff, if you ask me. Here's another nurse. She's an expert at starting IVs. Thank God, because I have been poked and prodded way too many times. If you get a nurse who's not great with the IVs, or there are some nurses who are not great with doing pediatric IVs, and if my kids have had surgery, I would say, could you call somebody else who, like, if you're nervous doing it, let's get it in on the first shot, as it were. Another ER nurse is here. A lot of nurses in the chat. I love my nurses. Nurse, not lawyer. Squirrel Gang is saving lives all over the place. I don't know what this diamond art painting is, Tammy. People are telling me about it. I'm like, what is diamond art painting? I kind of looked it up. It looks interesting. I don't know. Do you use tweezers? I don't know if I have the patience for that. I don't know if I have the patience for it. In the Clouds is here, expert in automotive parts. I told you, it's like we got everybody. We got everybody. We could have like we could all go to an island together and we could survive, because if the rest of the population died out, because we have everything. We could start our a whole community, a whole new nation. 18-wheeled Alligator Crate is here. He's my 18-wheeler. He's got his pup with him too. Mick Jagger, says Megan. Elizabeth is a labor and delivery nursery, or are you a doctor of obstetrics, or a labor and delivery nurse and postpartum? You'll be here tomorrow, right? A lot of David Matthews fans in the chat. A lot of nurses. You guys tell me that you play me on the public computer in the hospital, which is why I tell you sometimes that you're going to have to put your earbuds in or take me off the big screen, because, it's going to be content that you might not want to have, screaming over the computer. Oh, Jersey to Georgia says, my talent is I can name the tune of most songs right away. I love music. Remember, name that tune? I can name that tune in 3 notes. Full of questions. Barbara says, Lincoln Park with Chester Bennington. Only with Chester. I'm tearing up at the thought. Some retired educators in the chat. Neil Young, Cranberries, Prince. Slanzel says, would you tell us where your earrings are from? These are Ramey Brook earrings. I got them. I think they were like $65 at Saks. I had them on my list at one time, or I was able to tag them. They are sold out. You can't find them. But if you look for other things of Ramey Brook, Ramy Brook, maybe you can find something similar. But I do love them. And I do love costume jewelry, because I don't want to lose the real stuff. I'm good at losing jewelry. And so if it's not expensive, then it doesn't upset me. Led Zeppelin. Lorelei says Led Zeppelin. Colleen is an expert at reviving rescued horses. Tippity Dot says, and this is a great quote too, great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. Oh, I like that a lot. That reminds me. I think we only did we do both motivational quotes or just the one? I think we just did Chekhov. Did we do Abraham Lincoln for today? Abraham Lincoln said, You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. That's great for all of us procrastinators because I am one. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. That was Abraham Lincoln. And that's today's motivational quote of the day. Somebody's like, I don't know what we're doing, but I'm responding. Well, what we're doing is staying away from the drama and the vitriol and the toxicity. And I said, you guys say that you learned from me. I want to learn from you. Tell me what you're an expert at. And then, just to confuse you more, I threw in a second question. If you could go see any band or any artist tonight in concert, first row, living or dead, who would you pick? Soundgarden, Pink Floyd, Tom Petty. I never saw Tom Petty. That is one of the regrets of my life. Curly Girl's an MRI technologist. I mean, look, we got it all here. We got it all. Teachers. Jen says, I'm seeing Morgan Wallen on Friday in Philly. That's awesome. You bought the tickets, right? Buy the tickets. Buy the tickets. Pediatric nursing. Ophthalmology, says Mac. Personal home decor and gardening. Well, those are your personal things that you like to do. Professional. Human. We got a lot of HR in the chat. Human resources everywhere. Oh, this is very interesting. Nicole Ray, like Do Re Mi, is a certified death doula. My company name is Unity Embrace End of Life Care. I love that so much. I am also a huge fan of hospice. You don't even know about hospice until you need hospice. And hospice has been one of my family's, volunteer efforts for decades. And I learned about death doulas more recently when I was watching The Pit. One of the nurses at The Pit was moonlighting as a death doula, and it's similar, but I guess not exactly the same thing. You help the family and the person who is terminal deal with the eventuality of dying. I'm going to guess that's what it is. Hospice is amazing. It's amazing. More people need to know about it. Medical appeals. You mean trying to get bills paid? Trying to get bills paid for doctors? It's big business. There's a lot of denials out there. Dexter save us from the comments. We should have a makeup class for people who don't know how to put it on. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. I mean, Scott, one of my moderators, Scott, when I first started a channel, he's like, I'll be your moderator. I'll be a moderator for you, but listen, I don't know anything about makeup. I don't know nothing about lipstick. Like, it's not my thing. That's what he thought it was going to be about. It's not. Life between books is homeschooling. God bless you. God bless you. That's a lot of work. People don't realize how much work it is to homeschool your kids. I give you all the credit, all of it. AC/DC, we got mortgage underwriters in here. Soph looks after and rescues sheep. I mean, I had no idea. That's amazing. Where are you doing this? You're herding sheep. Like, you're a shepherd. You're literally a shepherd. Oh, please. I love this. Stella Blue says, you taught me to keep it kind in class. Sometimes I got to go off. Okay. I looked it up. My last going off was 6 months ago, 7 months ago. It was in January. And I held that one back for a year. And I to be honest with you, if we're going to be honest together and we're in the trust tree, I had a whole different show planned for tonight with receipts and everything. And I was like, you know what? Not going to go there. Not going to do it. I did it in January. Now I have everything cataloged and archived and linked. But I'm not going to do it because I'm going to rise above. It's not always easy. Emily C is an expert in children's books and authors, and she's the greatest. We love Emily. Jill Not Wendy says she's an expert at sussing out fake dating profiles. I mean, why? I have a question. All right. Why is it that men think that holding a picture of a giant fish is something that women want to see. And I have queried both men and women on this, because if you know me, you know that I don't. I have an irrational fear of fish. Okay, something happened when I was a kid. One of the fish in my parents' fish tank, like tried to commit suicide, jumped out of the tank, was flopping around on the floor when I got home one day from high school, and it freaked me out. Okay. To this day, I will not swim where there's going to be fish. I don't want fish touching me. I'll eat fish, but I do not want to swim with fish. I don't want them touching me. I think they're disgusting. I also, when I was a kid, like was traumatized by some book I had about undersea creatures that live all the way at the bottom of the sea, electric eels and stuff, and I hate them. I hate fish. Okay. So why do men think that them holding a picture of a big ass fish is going to make them more appealing to women? Okay. And then a guy said to me, this is what he said. He said, well, I think it's because they want women to know that they can provide for them. Like, what are we like in the caveman era? Like, is that what it is? Is that what it is? Is it like, okay? And first of all, men, listen, I know there's a lot of men in here, and you can hate me on this. Also, you know how I feel about tie clips. You know how I feel about lawyers with backpacks in court with a suit and a tie. I also have a problem with tank tops. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Like tank tops are like a thing that I just don't like. Okay, flip flops too, but that's a whole other conversation. If you're taking a picture of yourself, a selfie gym picture, again, I just don't think any women want to see that. I wish that we could maybe help them and tell them like what pictures would be good. I don't know. Crop tops on men? What? Suzanne Flynn is an expert on recovery, as in like addiction and recovery. That's amazing. That's amazing. There's a lot of sober people in this chat, in this community. A lot of people have been sober for decades, and props. Oh, please. Tina said I got my tallow and I had no idea how much I needed it. I have linked it to the stream, so if you don't see it, you might have to refresh your stream and you'll see it. Stephanie says I have concert tickets for 2 consecutive concerts next month. First night, Toto and Christopher Cross. That's like yacht rock, right? Second night, E40 and Too Short. I'm so excited. 5 states in 3 days. See, just do it. Go on tour. Go on tour. Everyone should go on tour. 304 Mafia says, best surprise of the weekend. Thanks, Melanie. Thanks. I needed a distraction. Consider this your distraction stream from all of the hatred and all of the vitriol and all of the toxicity that has become, the cesspool of this case that we've been involved in for 2.5 years together. And there's other things out there that we could talk about, right? Let's prove it. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Davis. I thought I was the only one. She says, man in flip-flops is something that just should never be done. I don't know. Am I we have a pharmacist in the chat. Thank you. Rochella says, thank you for the stream. You know what I have to say to that?
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Oh, other news I have for you. Wait a second. Hold on. It popped up on my Instagram feed. Guess what? I mean, he's the king of all marketing, but Afro Man has released a lemon drop martini in a can called Lemon Pound Cake. And it's in a can. It's yellow. It's called Lemon Pound Cake. It's a lemon drop martini in a can by Afro Man. I mean, who was in charge of that branding deal? Genius. Genius. Let me see if I can even like pull up this picture of it. I mean, when life gives you lemon pound cake, make martinis. Right? I love it. Hold on. Let's see. How do we get this out of here? I don't know. I have a Mac and I can only open it like, I don't know. It's weird, but you can just trust me, bro, on that. You can probably find it on Instagram. Let's see if there's a way for me to get it over here and show it to you. I love that. Genius. I mean, that's how we got the merch. That's how we got the merch of the I went to Cancun with attorney Melanie Little merch, right? I don't know. I can't bring it. I can't share it with you for some reason, but trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. And also the photographers in the chat would love the. Let's see if I can do it this way. The headshot of him on there is excellent work. Excellent work. Lady Laura said, I honestly think this is the stream I didn't know that I needed. Yes, the Mandavia, and I get them from Costco. Let me tell you something. They were like $30 from Costco. They are so huge right now. They're red and they're gorgeous and they just keep going and flourishing and they love the heat. They love the humidity. I put some mulch in the pots with them. And they've been doing gorgeous, gorgeous. Tropic showy and no need to deadhead. Nope. They're self-sustaining. They deadhead themselves and they look gorgeous, just gorgeous. And Costco, you have to get them when you see them, though. That's the deal with those. You got to get them when you see them because they will not be there the next time that you go back. They are amazing, amazing. And I also have 2 hibiscus trees that I got from there that are also amazing and very showy. Yep, I've got it on my calendar. I'm going to teleport you there right after this for tomorrow, 9 a.m. I've got the stream set for tomorrow, 9 a.m. We are going to do day 1 openings. And the first witness is going to be Patrick Clancy, the father of the 3 children whose lives were snuffed out by Lindsay during her postpartum psychosis, according to the defense. He has remarried, and I believe he lives in New York. He married a doctor. And Kevin Reddington said that his family has been getting visits from the media. They're knocking on his door. They've been harassed. Dawn just says, I think firefighters are so sexy. She just tossed it out there. She just threw it out there. And Boozy Beauty said, it's in a can. Yeah, it's in a can. Like, I swear. I can't even, can you even believe it? Look at his Instagram. It's on his Instagram. Lemon pound cake martini in a can. Wait, let me see if I can do it this way. Hold on. Sometimes if I text it to myself, then I can open it that way. It's so stupid. I need a tech department is what I need. Just my opinion for you says suits that don't fit properly goes to men. And everyone needs a good tailor. Is there a tailor in the chat? Like, tell everyone how badly everybody needs a good tailor. I mean, not so much anymore because people just aren't dressing up anymore, which is, I don't like that. I'm upset by that. I wish we could dress up more. I think post 2020, I just don't want to go anywhere anymore. I don't, is it just me? Is there anybody else out there who just doesn't really feel like going anywhere anymore? It's like, I just would rather stay home. All right, here we go. I found a way to show it to you. So hold on a second. I mean, we used to wear, we used to go to benefits. We'd dress up, black tie. It was a thing back in the day. Not so much anymore. Nobody really goes anywhere. Here it is. Lemon pound cake. Lemon drop martini in a can by Afroman, our king. The face of the First Amendment that we didn't know we needed. The world's most interesting martini. Oh, this is excellent branding. Whoever did this is on point. Everything about it. Everything about this ad is lit. First of all, he's dressed in a yellow suit. His hair is on point. His jewelry is on point. He's got a pocket square, which, by the way, is also a very important piece of men's accoutrement that is no longer really used. Yellow tie, 3-piece suit. And the can, he's dressed just like the can. It is a lemon drop martini in a can, lemon pound cake, the world's most interesting martini. Premium ingredients, iconic flavor, legendary vibes. Brought to you by Trending Beverages Inc. I mean, how genius is that? I think it's genius. He has wine too. Oh, I love it. Good for him. Good for him making lemon martinis out of lemon pound cake. All they had to do was fix his door. All they had to do was fix his door and his gate. That's all they had to do. They didn't want to do it. They wouldn't give him his money back either. They took a couple $100 of his money that they found in a suit pocket when they were looking for kidnapping victims and they should have just done it. That's why everything now is the Afro-Man effect. The Afro-Man effect. Thank you, Zambi Man. Not to brag, but I gave you the band idea, t-shirt idea. You did. That was you. That was an amazing idea. We made a whole playlist. We got concert shirts. That was was that the 2025 concert to your 2024? I think maybe it's time to do another one. Maybe. Yep, the Ohio legend, Afro-Man. He's a genius at branding, and all of his songs went viral. And tell me, once you hear Lemon Pound Cake song, you can't. It's like a worm in your brain. You don't stop thinking about it. That and Randy Walters is a son of a bee. That's an amazing one too. How long till it's available for purchase near us? I don't know. You got to Google it. It's an Afro-Man premium cocktail. I don't know. I feel like it's already dropped. The lemon drop martini's already dropped. Get it? Because he's advertising it. So I don't know. LawTube's most hated mob. Oh, Scott. He's got a Piggly Wiggly. What is happening, Scott? Is correcting Dawn on her usage of firefighter and says the technical names are rubber suits or land pirates. Just kidding. My brother's a firefighter, and I was doing the Lord's work also. TD Florida says men in jeans with belts make me cringe. Oh, interesting. Everybody wants one now. I wonder if we could, I don't know if we could have them DoorDashed. I love DoorDash so much. I don't know how I ever survived without it. They go to Home Depot for me. I never have to go to Home Depot again. Sometimes I like to go to Home Depot if I'm looking for plants or something, but like if I got to buy heavy stuff, it's the best. Oh, somebody set you off, Scott, the other day. It must have been. So now my alter ego has taken over LawTube's most hated mob. I know you went back for a little while. It's been rough, man. The YouTube streets have been rough. Really, they've been rough. I mean, they're attacking us from all angles. That's how you know, like something's about to happen. Something is about to happen. They're going for David Yannetti today. Like, I'm sorry, nobody goes for King David. They are in full attack mode for David Yannetti. He forced Gretchen Voss to correct her misinformation, at least one part of it that she had in the article about those text messages where he said those bastards are going to pay for it or something. And he forced her to not retract. She corrected it because it wasn't about the Haste defendants. It was about the Massachusetts State Police for, I forget exactly what they did. He's on fire. And I guess the marching orders for everyone on the other side of this is file a complaint with the Bar Association against David Yannetti. Okay, first of all, don't do that. Don't ever do that. You have no standing to file a bar complaint about an attorney that didn't represent you. Okay? You just don't. It's going to go into the circular file, aka the garbage. But they are ramped up about all kinds of crazy stuff. And it just every single time that happens, it's because something is about to come out that's not very helpful for the Haas defendants. I don't know what it is, but all of these FOIA requests are coming out, and I have a feeling that right before or right around the same time as the videos dropped, because remember, these FOIA requests are released by the Norfolk District Attorney's Office, right? So Michael Marcy knows exactly when they're going to be releasing like those videos of Courtney Proctor, Julie Albert, and Chris Albert. Remember those video recorded interviews that we watched? So Michael Marcy knew exactly what day those videos were going to come out. and how people on the internet and the tubes of you are going to be picking them apart. And so there's like some other distraction out there. It's a modified limited hangout. Were you guys here when Grant was here? Look it up. It's like, look, something shiny over here to detract attention from what's really going on with those interviews that we've already been over. So everyone, please hit the like button. Oh, it's not available yet. It says Boozy Beauty. Not for sale yet, but once it's available, I am purchasing and will be reviewing lemon pound cake. I can't wait for it. I'm here for every minute of it. Dexter, save us from the Commonwealth says, and you're the makeup expert. I remember. The stream made me feel like I took a shower and a deep breath. I know, sometimes you have to. Flowers and gardening. See, I told you. I learned that zinnias are cut and come again. You got to keep cutting your zinnias and they come back better than ever. River's mom says the Outlander is the best. Oh, something else I started watching because you guys recommended it to me. 5-Star Weekend. I'm really liking it. It's on Peacock. It's Jennifer Garner, Chloe Sevigny, and some other women. And it's about I don't know, is it 4 or 5 women that get together for a weekend because Jennifer Garner lost her husband, and it's good. I like it so far. Okay, Brittany. What'd you send me? I don't know who that is, but it's very nice. It's a very nice looking man in a tank top. She says there is one exception to the tank top rule, and she sent me a picture of someone. I don't know who it is, but okay, I'll allow it. Everyone's planting their hydrangeas. Yeah, mine were pink a little bit too. Then they got blue, and then now they're pink again because they're dying. We have a fertility doctor in the chat. I told my kids that. I said, listen, if you want to go into medicine, be a fertility doctor. Be a fertility doctor. Because, listen, people will pay any amount of money to have a baby, right? Not to minimize what you do in any way, shape, or form. You are doing the Lord's work. You are helping people conceive, and that is an amazing, amazing job. But a lot of insurances don't cover it, and so you're making better money than a lot of other doctors who take insurance. I'm just saying. Same as plastic surgery, elective plastic surgery. And so that's amazing. There is no show that I was originally going to do. This is it. You got it, kindergarten. You got it. No. Hold on. All of a sudden, that robot over there started talking about botched plastic surgery. I'm like, no, I didn't ask for that. Meep says, going to Cancun for the first time in November. What do you recommend? Don't leave the resort. Stay on the resort. Do not leave the resort. Don't. Stay on the resort. If you're going to a resort that has a gated property, there's no need to go into town for anything. Stay where you are. Listen, I was looking for stuff to talk about today, and I'm all pulling up the New York Post. I'm like, oh, okay. Let me see what I can find in the New York Post. Let me find some funny stories. I'm looking for feel-good stories, right? First thing that pops up. California family left in pool of blood after anti-white attack at exclusive Hawaii resort. So this is California family's Hawaiian getaway turned to horror when members were targeted by a mob at a luxury Maui resort. Yeah, no, can't talk about that. Then there was like all kinds of other horrific stories. I'm like, can I find one feel-good story? Just one. And the answer was like, no. So pastor allegedly crashed at 104 miles an hour while drunk, killing young daughter just months after her mom died. That was in West Palm Beach, Florida. 2-year-old boy overdosed on cocaine while on Jersey Shore vacation. Okay. Is there anything good in the world? Anything? Oh, well, Emma Roberts got married. That's nice. Emma Roberts got married in Idaho. And Julia Roberts went to the wedding. Okay, there's some good news. All right, I'll allow that. And then as I was reading through here, I came across an article that had Mark Bedero quoted in it. Oh, please. He was actually quoted in a New York Post article today. So we could look at that if you like. And then somebody's going live right now about Nancy Guthrie. I'm like, still no Nancy. There's no Nancy. No Nancy. No Nancy. Nancy has not been found. That story kind of like went away fast, right? I mean, is JLR still at Nancy's house outside? That's my recommendation about Cancun. The service is amazing. Tip everybody as soon as you get there. They will remember you and they will come find you. Oh, here's another thing I do when I go to Cancun. Bring a couple of $100 in singles so that you can tip everybody all the time, because you should be tipping, even if it's all inclusive. Tip. You got to tip the drivers. They don't make a lot of money in Mexico. And so it's okay to give them American money. I know you could go get pesos, but it takes, like ordering pesos is like your bank doesn't have them in stock. So bring a couple $100 in singles. I don't know how long you're going for, but listen, tip. Oh, please. Yes, we have seen judges who do not wear robes. Hi, Next Witness. Next Witness does amazing work. Go on over there. Check it out. Caitlin Ann said, when I go out, I dress as fancy as possible. Me too. I'd always rather be overdressed than underdressed, number one. And our friend Kathy from Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo, we were introduced to Kathy. Kathy and I became friends during our coverage of the Brian Camp case. And Kathy had a great saying. She's like, I'm like, you have to get ready, like to go live or whatever. She's like, but if you're always ready, you don't have to get ready. You just always be ready. And I thought that was such a great thing. Just always be ready. You don't got to get ready if you're always ready. Peach Girl says, I don't want to go anywhere either, especially if I have to dress up. I think everyone loves being at home more now than we used to, right? John P. Ryan uses Max professionally for video production. You're a good guy to know. All right, yeah, then now we're getting into these comments about I stay home. It's not very appealing to go out there. Everyone says post 2020 made me realize how much I love my home. Scott said, I don't want to go anywhere unless it's Key West. A lot of you like staying home. Nurse Not Lawyer says, I only leave my bubble to go to work. Is anybody in the chat? Does anybody in the chat live actually in the bubble? Or do you know what I mean when I say the bubble? In California, what's the bubble? I love the bubble. Kitty says, and when a hydrangea needs reviving, dip the entire flower in a cool ice bath and they come back to life. Here's what I did. Maybe I could show you the picture that I did of the thing that I made the other day. I was so proud of myself. When you cut the hydrangeas, you peel the stem with a vegetable peeler. At the ends, you dip the stems in alum powder, ALLUM powder. And then I took an empty pot, like a plastic pot that some of the plants come in that has holes in the bottom, turned it upside down. I mean, you're going to really be amazed because I'm not very Martha Stewart-y at all, but I was really proud of myself. So I'm going to show you a picture of what I made. And then after they're in the alum powder, then you put them in the pot into your urn or whatever you used. I'm going to show you what I used. And then these lasted for about a week. Here we go. I'm going to show you what I did. I'm so proud of myself. I think maybe there's a little Martha Stewart in all of us. Sometimes. Things I learn on Instagram by Melanie Little. There it is. I mean, is that gorgeous or what? It lasted for a week before any of them even died. Everybody likes staying home. All right, I guess that's why we're on YouTube. I wonder if you guys, that was another poll I was going to do. Do you guys watch things other than YouTube, or are you only YouTube people? Do you only watch YouTube all day long? right? I mean, look, I'm a little bit creative. How do you like that? I had this, this, I don't even know what you call it. It's like this vessel that I just had on my kitchen counter with like the oils and stuff in it next to the stove for when my kids are cooking. And I'm like, somebody on Instagram did that. And I was like, I think I could do that. Go me. I really, one of them wilted, I just picked another one. And then I did the same thing with the vegetable peeler and the alum powder. And I just put it back in there. So go me. So impressive, right? Some people are like, only YouTube. I'm curious because every now and then, for me anyway, I got to get away from YouTube. I got to get away from it because there's nothing on there that I can find to watch sometimes, and I can't do the toxicity. And so I do watch a lot of other things, and so I want to know what you're watching, so that if you want to laugh, let's say you wanted to laugh today. If you wanted to laugh, what is your comfort show? All right, let's do movies first. Movies that you will watch 100 times because every single time you watch them, you still laugh. For me, I will tell you what it is for me. Wedding Crashers and any of the Fockers movies, but Meet the Fockers or Meet the Parents is really the original, which is really the best. And also Monty Python. All right. Go. Oh, Due Date. I forgot about that one. Due Date is hilarious. If you haven't seen Due Date, it's Robert Downey Jr. And Zach Galifianakis. They get stuck on a plane together. I mean, no, they get kicked off a plane together, and then they have to drive across country because Robert Downey Jr.'s wife is having a baby, and it is hilarious. Oh my God, when they stop off to buy weed, and then they're like, dude, is that a perm? Hilarious. Anchorman is good too. I do love Will Ferrell. I do. Listen, I know I get made fun of all the time when I say, like, people say, what's your hall pass? Well, let's not start the hall pass thing yet. Will Ferrell was for me top 3. Will Ferrell, I just think he's hilarious. I get made fun of all the time. You can make fun of me, but I love Will Ferrell. I think he's hilarious. All right, so funny comfort movies, because maybe some people need to laugh and they need to find something to laugh. When Harry Met Sally, says Julie. Team Brittany coming in hot. Tubi is great. They have a lot of good movies. A lot of people only watch YouTube. If you only watch YouTube, can I highly recommend to you YouTube Premium? You can even get YouTube Premium Lite. I'm not saying you don't have it, Miss Harmony, but you will never see commercials again. And if it's the only thing you watch, it's cheaper than Netflix. People are YouTube all day, all night. Wedding Singer. My Cousin Vinny. Bridesmaids. Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club is a good one. That's a classic. Elf. A lot of people watch Elf. Daddy Daycare. Christmas Vacation is a classic. It is. Money Pit. Money Pit says 18-wheeled alligator crate. A lot of Bridesmaids. Some parts of Bridesmaids are kind of gross, where they're all throwing up and stuff. I don't need to see that. But it is funny. Pretty Woman. A lot of Bridesmaids. Sweet Home Alabama. Liar Liar with Jim Carrey. Yeah, Meet the Parents is hilarious. Hilarious. You a nurse fucker? And Jinxie the cat. Jinxie the cat. And then the champagne cork hitting the urn with the ashes in it. Oh, hilarious. Beverly Hills Cop. There's an oldie but goodie. Mean Girls, Clueless. Dirty Dancing. It's a classic. Rocky. Just go with it. The Birdcage. A lot of people are into Elf. The Hangover is pretty hilarious too. That's true. My Cousin Vinny. KVD says, I'm not watching YouTube as much lately. Too much toxicity and drama. That's why we need other options. Oh, Step Brothers, also very funny. Yep. Wedding Crashers and Superbad. Yep. McLovin. Superbad is such a classic. McLovin. I love it. What's the other one with Will Ferrell? Where he goes, he's in college. That's a funny one too. Due Date. Due Date is really, really, really good. If you haven't seen Due Date, highly recommend. You will just laugh and laugh. And yeah, Weekend at Bernie's also a classic. What is Tommy Boy? I don't think I've ever heard of Tommy Boy before. A couple people have brought up Tommy Boy. Legally Blonde, Groundhog Day. I know the new Fockers movie is coming out. And you got a date on that, Carol? Fish Called Wanda, Bridesmaids, Meet the Fockers, Little Miss Sunshine. You guys have a lot of good. Airplane and Office Space. Office Space is great too. Love us. What exactly is it that you say you do here? What is it that you say you do here? Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yep. A Life of Brian is also another good one. 'Tis only a flesh wound. Dumb and Dumber. You guys have good taste. Yeah, a lot of Office Space in there. Goliath is so good. Mimi's in the house. She knows about Goliath. If you don't know, Billy Bob Thornton has a TV series called Goliath. I don't know where it lives right now, but I never really got Billy Bob Thornton until I started watching Goliath. It's a legal thriller, I would say. Oh, and Nina Arianda is amazing. Where has she gone? I wish she would be in everything. She's so good in that. And the season with Mark Duplass, the Goliath season with Mark Duplass is sick and freaky, but so good. Wait, Will Ferrell came back last night, was on SNL? Oh, I got to go find it. Chat is flying. You guys have a lot of really great ideas. I love that for us. Now I'm going to come back and read the chat later so that I have ideas of things to watch. Emily's only watching YouTube and Bluey. Monster in Law is hilarious. I don't know that one. Happy Gilmore and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Has anybody started watching Larry David's new TV show? Larry David has a new series out. It's about history. Has anybody started watching it? I don't even know the name of it. I could look it up though. Let me look it up so that I can tell you where it is and how to find it. Kentucky Fried Movie. You started watching it, Julie? Is it good? Larry David's new show is funny. I mean, there's nothing like Curb Your Enthusiasm is also hilarious. You know how much I love Seinfeld. But is his new show worth a watch? Everybody loves Bluey. Oh, my kids are too old for Bluey, so I don't even know from Bluey. I don't know from Bluey. Oh, the Lioness is coming back. Excellent. I love that. I love the Lioness. Nicole Kidman. So good. Strong female characters. Yep. Here's the landscape architect. Resting Chris Space says, yes, the polymeric sand will fill in and settle if you apply gently water after you broom it in. Thank you. So it's good. It'll work. It'll keep the weeds out of the in between the pavers. Thank you so much. People like Veep. Curb. Everyone says the new Larry David show so funny. It's a little stupid. Larry David about history is what it's called. Oh, Eurovision with Will Ferrell was kind of interesting too. I do love I do love Gilmore Girls too. I love Gilmore Girls. The things my kids watch are like they will watch every season of Grey's Anatomy on repeat. I mean, I feel like everyone has a comfort show. And also SVU. Mine is SVU because I love Mariska Hargitay, and I loved it more when Stabler and Benson were together. Old School. That's the name of that movie. Thank you. But Grey's Anatomy is good. Did Tulsa King come back? I'm up to date on Tulsa King. Is it back? Sometimes if you guys don't tell me these things, then I don't know. Yeah, I love The Pit. American Pie. You guys have all kinds. See, now you guys, when you guys need something to read, you're going to come back and you're going to read this chat and you're going to have a lot of great ideas and things, because sometimes you just got to walk away from the tubes of you. You got to walk away to save your own peace and your sanity, because nothing is more important than your inner peace. Nothing is more important than your inner peace. Yeah. Look at all the movie and show lovers. There's a lot of people in here who watch other things than YouTube. Sometimes you got to walk away. Yeah, Righteous Gemstones. I heard that was good. I don't think I ever really watched it in its entirety. It's on HBO. Larry David's new show is on HBO. It's funny. You say it's funny. Well, here's something that's funny. Let's read Howie Carr. Want to read Howie Carr with me? Let's read Howie Carr. All right, no, return. How come it came up for free before and now they want to put it behind a paywall? Oh, now I got to do a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So hold on a second. Boston Herald. I'm not paying for any more newspapers, okay? It's enough already. Enough already. He talks about Cosgrove in his latest piece. And for many of you, like me, it's behind a paywall, but there's ways around it. Let's see what Howie has to say. And he's got a picture of Cosgrove, because of course he does. Right on the cover of his opinion piece in today's 26th, right? In today's Boston Herald, it's entitled, "I have discovered the secret to eternal life." Oh, here we go. Here's Howie. Who doesn't love a good... Listen, if you listen to Howie Carr, you know that my voice is in his intro. My voice, which is saying in his intro, who doesn't like a good cup of Joe and Howie Carr? Something such as like that. Who doesn't love a good cup of Joe and a little Howie Carr in the morning to get you going? Here it is. Howie Carr, opinion. "I have discovered the secret to eternal life. Once you hack, you never go back." And look at who it is. Robert Cosgrove. Robert Cosgrove. He's ready for his close-up. Come to your screen if you can. I'm happy to take you away from the drama, sunshine, love. I don't have tolerance for it either. I'm too old. I have no more F's to give. I have enough drama with my own kids and my own family. And nothing is more important than my inner peace. So let us all help each other achieve our internal peace. There's a lot of people who enjoy the drama, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You can enjoy the drama if you want to. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. Unless I got to fight back. Okay, here it is. Howie Carr, "I have discovered the secret to eternal life. Once you hack, you never go back." And there he is, Makazi G. And the caption underneath his photo says, "Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove speaks during a hearing for the return of Karen Reed's cell phones at Middlesex Superior Court." Was that ever at Middlesex Superior Court? Remember, he's a retired judge from Norfolk Superior Court. A lot of people think that the current judges don't want to rule against a retired judge, and so that is why he keeps winning. I don't know. It certainly isn't because he, fails to adhere to any deadlines or anything. I guess the rules don't apply if you're retired Judge Robert Cosgrove. You don't have, 7 days to reply to a motion. You take all the time you want, Judge. 8 months, whatever. No big whoop. We'll wait for you. In my best Howie Carr voice. "I have discovered the secret to eternal life. Become a double-dipping ex-Massachusetts hack state judge and you will never die. Mainly because you can't afford to die. You lose those 2 bloated kisses in the mail. You'd lose those 2 bloated kisses in the mail, which in some cases now add up to more than $200,000 a year. Am I right? Ex-Judge Robert Cosgrove, special prosecutor in the endless Karen Reed-related show trials. Right now, he's actually triple dipping, at least until District Attorney Michael Meatball Morrissey leaves office in disgrace in January, and the persecutions finally sputter to an end. Oh, tell us more, Howie. Tell us more. Every time 74-year-old Cosgrove dodders into court and does his best babbling impersonation of Joe Biden, I think about his half-century of gold-plated leisure at the expense of working people. 2 state pensions, $139,691 for his judicial service, in quotes, and another $64,653 as a former DA. And now, on top of that, $204,344, Cosgrove grabs yet a third check for trying to expose Karen Reed to what amounts to triple jeopardy. Oh, how he gets it. The greediest double-dipping local ex-judge is 78-year-old Timothy Hillman, who's pocketing both state and federal judicial pensions. He's from Chicago, but aren't they all? Just ask Michelle Wu, Ayanna Presley, Deval Patrick, etc. Hillman's been collecting a $90,412 pension from the state since 2013, and he finally retired as a federal judge in 2024. Federal judges' pensions are pegged to the salary of their final year on the bench, $243,300 in 2024. So Hillman is making $333,712 in retirement, as if he was ever anything but retired once he got his first black robes back in 1991. How about Steve Pierce, a failed Republican state rep who last won an election in 1988? At 76, he pockets $108,163 from his judicial coat holding days and another $75,579 as a payroll patriot in Gov's executive office, as the state comptroller puts it. All these numbers are from the comptroller's website. Also, from the Forgotten But Not Gone Brigade Legislative Division, there's Thomas Brownell, 86 years old, being an ex-Solon from Quincy. Quincy is worth $21,346 a year, in addition to his $89,071 judicial kiss. He's been double dipping since 2010. Oh, We're the Millers. Thank you, AWOLs. Love We're the Millers. Love that. That's hilarious. Jennifer Aniston and Jason Sudeikis at their finest. Naturally, a lot of the double dippers are connected to the Bulgers. Billy Bulger, the corrupt midget. Those are Howie's words, not mine. Don't come for me. Billy Bulger, the corrupt midget, is now 92, and since 2003 has been subsisting on a single pension that now has risen to $274,539 a year. One of Bulger's top payroll patriots was Paul Mahoney, a controversial pick when the CM ordered Mike Dukakis to nominate him. Mahoney is 87 now, retired since 2008, and collecting 2 state checks, $87,710 a year for his nationwide search judgeship, and $39,364 for running errands for the Bulgers at the State House. Then there's Paul Heffernan, 93 years young. He used to be a clerk at the old Boston Juvenile Court, but they needed a hack sinecure for Whitey's younger brother, Jackie, now a convicted felon. So they gave Paul Heffernan a judgeship to open his clerk's job for the runt of the Bulger litter. Since 2003, Heffernan began grabbing $94,427 for his judicial pension and $26,361 as an ex-clerk. Then there's his daughter, Mary Beth Heffernan, not just another pretty face. She did such a splendid job covering up the bizarre pre-dawn auto accident of a former lieutenant governor named Crash Murray. A year later, Deval Patrick rewarded her with her own $207,855 a year part-time hack job as a judge. Speaking of generational judicial welfare, how about the Brennans? I've written about them before. Thomas Brennan has been retired since 2011. He's 84 and he's grabbing $140,115, $88,850 for his judicial hackery, as well as $51,265 as a county prosecutor. There's at least 3 or 4 more Brennans or in-laws currently slurping at the judicial trough, but I'll mention just one because he's a future double dipper. Patrick Hagen is married to one of the daughters who makes $130,595 toiling for AG Andrea Joy Campbell. In 2019, Hagen retired as a hack in the Suffolk County DA's office with a pension of $60,864.48. He then went into private practice only to discover that you have to, work if you're not a courthouse stooge. So Hagen decided to follow in the family tradition of early retirement. He finagled a judgeship from Tal Duval for $207,855 a year, and he had to give up that first pension. But it's still listed there, an orphan, on the comptroller's website for 2019 to 20, and you can bet Hagen will be back for it. Once you hack, you never go back. Some of these double dippers you've probably never heard. Paul Losapio from the Wistahakarama is 74. Since 2015, has been grabbing 2 courthouse pensions of $110,737 and $42,015, $152,752 a year forever and ever. Amen. Christine McAvoy is 75, and she checked out in the Double Dip Express line in 2014 with payouts of $123,931 and $15,257, total $139,188. And that name right there, McAvoy, reminded me of Tin Cup, which is another one of my favorite movies, so much so that Kevin Costner had me at Tin Cup. And when I started this channel just a little over 3 years ago, the first live streams I ever did were on Kevin Costner's divorce. And if you know, you know, because you were here. The next judge to go double dipping will most likely be Orleans District Court Judge Robert, I don't know, Aloysius, maybe. Robert Aloysius Welsh III. He's pint-sized and he enjoys a pint, according to the state police. In their report, after he was lugged in May for assault and battery on a family member, the troopers said the extinguished jurist becomes aggravated when drinking. Aggravated in air quotes. According to his victim, the 4th-generation judge told her that he was untouchable. Oh yeah, I remember when that happened. I don't know if we ever covered that. That judge that was in that car accident case. There it is. Judge Welsh III. Welsh used to be, according to his victim, the 4th-generation judge told her that he was untouchable. Saying the quiet part out loud. She also said he often went to work, if you can call it that, hungover. In other words, he's a state judge. Welsh used to be an assistant district attorney like all the rest of them, and you know what that means. Another double dipper. It's only a matter of time. You may have noticed that the Democrats on Beacon Hill have prevented working people from voting themselves an income tax cut in November. And now they're brazenly gutting a statute that would require the state kleptocracy to return any excess funds they've robbed from us in any calendar year. It's the hack way. What's theirs is theirs, and what's ours is theirs. The state hack's motto, money for me, but not for thee. It's the hackorama. Just ask the judges. Oh, Howie, tell us how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel. You guys are still in the movies. Maverick, Officer and a Gentleman, Finding Nemo. What about Bob? Was anybody listening to me read Howie? Or was that a futile exercise? Friends, any episode. Psych, any episode. Yeah, do you know how I am? That's exactly what it was. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Don't you know who I am? Let me tell you who I am if you don't know who I am. They just collect and collect and collect. Carrie's here. Holy crap, 9 months of cupcakes. I love you too, Carrie. Thanks for being here for 9 months. Amber Alert, 911 Texas says, present for Beautiful Melody on Sunday. Oh, thank you. Thanks for being here for a month. Proctor Got Waffled said, I recently got bioluminescent petunias. 10 out of 10. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to have to look for those. Thank you for being here for 15 months. Mark McKay from the UK says 3 months away from 2 years. Oh, good. Your cupcake's going to change to the new one. Thank you for being amazing. Oh, thank you for watching. And look, it looks like you play guitar. I can see your picture. You're a guitar or a bass. I can't tell. Garden Girl Transplant is an expert in edible gardening, you teach at a large community garden. Oh, where? Is it Massachusetts? That's really interesting. Community gardening is very interesting. Thank you for being here for 5 months. Laura says, I was a life insurance expert. Now I save dogs. Listen, you're never too late to dream a new dream. Pivot. If you don't like what you're doing, if it's not your passion anymore, pivot. Look at me. Who would have ever thought at my age I would be on YouTube? Never, May, in a million years. Never. Never in a million years would I have thought that. But you're never too old to dream a new dream. It's kind of fun here. Got to be honest. When it's fun, it's fun. When it's not fun, I won't do it anymore. Debbie Decker became a new member. Welcome, Debbie. Here for Humanity says, she's with HR too. We have a lot of HR in the chat. Going to see Billy Strings in October. I love it. I love it. Thanks for being here for 13 months. Rose Investigates says, have you covered the brick and minifig scandal? I have not. I feel like I'm really far behind on it. And I feel like it would take me a lot to catch up to all of that stuff that's going on. But if you guys are interested in it, I'll take a look into it. I'm here for you. So whatever you guys want to cover, we'll cover. But if there's enough interest in it, I will. But I feel like I'm already really behind on that case. Jezebel writes, favorite feel-good movie, Father of the Bride. Oh, I do love that too. Steve Martin. So good. Hi, Yellow, that Bettero. She's an expert in Alzheimer's and dementia. Lived it with my dad and aunt for years. I'm sorry. That is so hard. Something with my aunt's ashes at the Basilica of Old St. Patrick's Cathedral tomorrow. She was a New York City nurse her whole life. Her heart will be home. I love that. I love it. Oh, you're interring her ashes. Okay. I think that's what you meant to say. Typo. Thanks for your 10. Jezebel says she loves Miss Congeniality. That is a great. Wait, what's the movie? What is the movie? Tell me the title of the movie with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. And they're like spies. It's kind of like Miss Congeniality, but it's different. It is laugh out loud, hilarious. So funny. Oh, Emily's been here for a year now. It's her best. She says it's the best year. Heat. Yes, it's called Heat. Oh my God. Have you seen it? It's hilarious. The Heat. So funny. Do you like it? So funny. Sandra Bullock, Melissa McCarthy. It is comedy gold. Comedy gold. One of the funniest movies. Laugh out loud. Funny. The Heat. Oh my God. Yeah. Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. I mean, if you haven't watched it, you'll die laughing. So funny. Thank you. So you guys know everything. You guys know everything. Wyoming Nana says the peonies are my favorite flowers. My peonies didn't bloom at all this year. I don't know. Where are my gardeners in the chat? I don't know. They've been in the same spot probably for over 20 years, and they just kind of stopped blooming. They just kind of fizzled out. Maybe I just gotta, I don't know, divide them, replant them. I don't know. They're just not giving. They're not giving anymore. I don't watch reality TV. No, don't watch The Housewives. Never really got into it. They're just fighting all the time. I don't want to watch people fight. You know what I do like though? I do like the reality, like the shows where they're selling real estate. I don't know why I like those. Like the one with the New York guy. It's like $1 Million Listing, but it's called something else now. Ryan Serhant is in it. Sometimes I watch that. No, am I supposed to feed my flowering? Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to feed them. Maybe I need to give them some food. You should replant with spacing, says Bert and Ernie's Adventures. My peonies. No, I guess I should. I guess mine didn't flower this year either, says Tell the Truth. I got to fertilize. No, I'm not. I'm not fertilizing them. Everything in my garden has pretty much always just been like self-cared because when I had it designed, I kind of designed it that way. I thought water would be enough, but yeah, hey, if I need it, I'll do it. It's too late for the peonies now, but I guess I'll learn when to. I got an app on my phone where you could take a picture of your plant and then it will identify your plant and then it will tell you, it will diagnose your plant and tell you how to fix what's wrong with it. And it's all like natural, which I like. You know, vinegar and baking soda is good for a lot of things, apparently. Neem oil. That's how I learned about the neem oil. Aloha, Jen Casper. I heard about what happened, that horrible slaughtering of people in a Maui resort, Maui, It happened at the hold on, did you hear about this? Because I just pulled up the New York Post before, and I'm like, it was the Canopoli Ali Resort in West Maui. 30 people near the pool. 7 visitors from California were assaulted by a group of young people who threw chairs and attacked the members of this family. It's terrible. She says, my number one band that I bought the tickets for, I saw Friday. Third Eye Blind. Oh, I love that. I love it. Look, Erica knows. She says, use sugar water once a month for your peonies and they will bloom. Thank you. I have to put a pin in that for next year. And I didn't fertilize them. I guess the guys are telling me I'm supposed to fertilize the peonies. I do. Zillow is my corn. I say that all the time. Jomar says, yeah, you love the beautiful houses and awesome apartments. That's why you like the real estate shows. I know. I love to like dream about places that I can never afford. Cut your peonies down at the beginning of the fall. I cut mine down to like a foot tall every year. Okay. All right. I'll try that. Thanks, MJ. Little Shop of Horrors is a very funny movie. Yep. The Dentist. Steve Martin also. Another Steve Martin. Brittany says, I can't do Selling Sunset. I literally hate every one of those fake girls. Yeah, that's not the one. What's the one Ryan Serhant is in now? And the teeny weeny twins who sleep with all of them parents. Yes, those little pocket men. They're like pocket men. I know. What is it that these gorgeous women are seeing in those 2 little pocket men? Remember Kathy used to call him pocket-sized Brian Camp? Peroxide is also really good for plants and roots. See, you love the stream. Who knew? There's so many other things to talk about than who hates who and who's being mean to who. I don't know. It's like whose torch is going to get snuffed out this week and who's getting kicked off the island and who's formed alliances. I have no idea. $1 million listing New York. I think that's what it is. The pocket men. You know who I'm talking about, Magnolia Gypsy, right? Those 2 little pocket men on a $1 million listing. I know. It's wild. Selling Sunset. My daughter loved that. I was like, those women are horrible. I couldn't watch it. A peony saved. Oh, look, Mike coming in with the puns. A peony saved is a peony earned. I love that for us. Ryan Serhant, Owning Manhattan. I think so. I don't know what happened to my IMDb Pro app on my phone. Everything's like, sometimes I'm outside in the sun and like if you hold down on your iPhone screen too long, then things just disappear. It's like everything's disappearing. Wonder when that Netflix special is going to come out that Gretchen Voss is involved in. Is everyone anxiously awaiting the hit piece that will be the Netflix documentary? Or do you think they're waiting for like a better ending? You know what I mean? I don't know. I kind of get the idea that maybe they're waiting for a better ending, because the Netflix documentary, the 3-parter, is the one that all of the or most of the Haas defendants / Haas plaintiffs are involved in. Let's see. Ryan Serhant. I'll find you the right. I like him. I've been watching Ryan Serhant for years. He used to, I think there was like an old show called $1 Million Listing, right? New York or something. Yeah, the one that he's got now is Owning Manhattan. He's been in reality TV for a long time. No, and he produces it now too. Good for him. Good for him. It's on Netflix. It's called Owning Manhattan. I just like to see these penthouses that they show, and then they have these really cool parties, and it's kind of cool. But all those buyers are fake, right? Those are not real buyers. Like, they're actors. I once was watching one show like that, and it was somebody that I knew that was posing as the buyer. Like, they're not real. They're not real. Sheep Detectives. Mr. Macabre says, I watched Sheep Detectives last night. Cute movie. Cute movie. Yeah, million dollar listing New York. Yep, that's what it was. And I like his new show too. He's like a comfort watch for me just because I kind of like him. I remember when he and his wife were like trying to have a baby. Sirhan's is everywhere now. I mean, he has exploded. He's nationwide. I think my lottery dream house is a real one, and I think that other one that you're talking about in the chat, the House Hunters, is real also. I think those are real people. You can tell. I mean, it's like the high end buyers that are fake, because like real high end people that can really afford the $20 million townhouse, on Park Avenue or wherever, or in Soho. They're not coming on that show. They're not coming on that show. They're just not. Sorry to burst your bubble. Victor Mann says, will Netflix even show that once the truth about the Haas defendants comes out? Well, they could change the ending, right? Maybe they're waiting for a better ending. I don't know. The Heat is on YouTube. All right, you be you forever. Everyone can watch The Heat on YouTube after this, and then we can come back tomorrow and we can discuss and have a really fun night laughing. Everyone says Sheep Detective is very touching. Is it enter Matt Damon? Yeah, Matt Damon's is going to be better, don't you think? I've been saying this all along. Like, where were they during the trials? Why weren't Matt Damon and Ben Affleck not speaking out about this? The horror that was the Karen Reed persecutions. Oh, did you see what's going on in a couple things? I did have some things pulled up for you. So let's take a look at the New York Post article that Miss the Batterow was quoted in today. And this does have to do with Lindsay Clancy. From today's New York Post. And I mean, why do this is like the title. Kid killing mom, Lindsay Clancy's gruesome slay trial set to open with haunting details and biggest witness on the stand first. You see what they're calling it on Court TV and Law and Crime, because now they're all one company. They're calling it like the Killer Mom trial. Can somebody please think of for something for me to title this trial? I would like a better title than Killer Mom trial. Does anybody have a good one? We're limited to 100 characters on YouTube, but I can put it on the thumbnail. And it's a fine line. Got to be sensitive. We understand the legal nuance. Oh, you love the Pit, said Rivers' mom. Got it from you all and the Madison. The Madison's so good. I love Michelle Pfeiffer. Here it is. Medical failure. Medical failure. No winners. It's like the trial of no winners. Nobody wins. Nobody wins here. How about who's to blame? Yeah. Law and Crime, surprisingly, just says murder trial. I think they were calling her the murder mom on Court TV. PPD mom case, but it's more like postpartum psychosis. This is really postpartum psychosis. She was also bipolar, I think. I mean, the meds that they had her on, we went over the medical malpractice case, and yeah, Luna, I feel you, but just try and keep the F word out of the chat because YouTube hates it. Tragic mom, mental health mom. Postpartum psychosis trial, postpartum the effects, postpartum tragedy trial. See, that I like. Becky Cutler, thank you. The Madison is a TV show with Michelle Pfeiffer. It's who's the guy that does, what's his name? The guy that does all the Yellowstone shows, that's made, like, writes every single show himself. Taylor Sheridan show. I think it's on, tell me, you guys, is it on Paramount Plus or something? Psychosis or premeditated debate trial. Ooh, that's good, Jessie Bell. Or premeditated. See, we can be more sensitive. Listen, there's a lot of people in the chat that have very strong feelings on either side of this case, and I understand both of them. I understand both sides of it. But postpartum psychosis is real. The medication black box warnings are real. Yeah. Sherilyn says, how about Big Pharma causes deaths of 3 children? Right. How about prosecutors should just allow her to plead guilty? Right. How about we just go to the penalty phase of this trial? They won't let her do that. They want the jury to hear all of the gruesome details of everything that happened to these 3 children, how long it took, the gruesome details about the exercise bands and the Googling of the, it's, and even Patrick Clancy made a motion the other day. He's like, listen, can you just, like, spare us? We don't want the public hearing my 911 call. We don't want the public seeing the children's clothing that they were found in. And we don't want the public seeing the autopsy photos. And so the judge only agreed with regard to the 911 call and the autopsy photos. They will not be shown to the public, only to the people in the courtroom. Yeah, right, exactly. And this is the way it works, right? This is the way it goes in Massachusetts. The prosecution is turning this into a shit show, right? Remember Penny McGee? Remember Lucy Medina? Remember Brian Camp? None of those people should have been on trial, ever. There is no legal nuance in Massachusetts. And also, Massachusetts is where the First Amendment goes to die. It's dead. It is dead. It is dead. And she had command hallucinations. She was hearing voices, a voice. And I guess a lot of people just don't see that. They don't believe that's something like that could happen. Yeah, it's just like Andrea Yates. She is still in a hospital, as she should be, right? And it's been something like 25 years, Melanie Gore, I want to say, because I just read about that the other day. Debbie says, apparently the prosecutors don't understand that there's not a single thing they can do for this woman that will be worse than the torture that is going on in her mind every single day. The Clancy family tragedy. Murder or madness. Right. Robin says, but the people in that courtroom will not recover from the trauma of seeing those photos and hearing the testimony. Right. Pharma meets karma. Oh, some golf girl. Elizabeth is calling it pharmaceutical-induced schizophrenia. Do you remember the woman? There was a woman. We covered this briefly. It was a long time ago. There was the first time that marijuana-induced psychosis has ever been used in a trial. It was in California, and it was a woman who went on, like, a first date with this guy, and she says she did, like, 1 bong hit, and she went nuts, and she stabbed this guy something like 18 times. I don't remember. Now I'm gonna have to look it up. Here goes a rabbit hole in real time. Hold, please. Yep. Okay. This was in 2018, May of 2018. Her name was Bryn Speccher, Spejcher. She was 32 years old. She was an audiologist. And she had a 26-year-old guy. I think they were, like, on their first date or something. She smoked high potency marijuana that was over 30% THC from a bong with her boyfriend. It says her boyfriend, but I thought it was like a first date or something. She experienced severe hallucinations, hearing voices. She believed that she was dying. And during the episode, oh my goodness, she stabbed him His name was Chad O'Melia, 108 times. Then she stabbed her dog and herself multiple times before police subdued her using a taser and a metal baton. She survived the self-inflicted wounds, but the prosecutors, this was in California, Ventura County, reduced the original murder charge to involuntary manslaughter because medical experts for both the prosecution and the defense agreed that she suffered from a temporary cannabis-induced psychotic disorder and had no control over her actions. So in January of 2024, the judge, David Worley, Worley, sentenced Spector to 2 years of probation and 100 hours of community service. Okay. That's a little too far out there for me. That's California. It's like the Wild West. But she did kill him. And she got 2 years probation. What did I just say? Hold on. 2 years probation and 100 hours of community service. Focused on public education regarding the dangers of high potency THC. So she avoided prison time. Okay. And, Lindsay Clancy has been in Tewksbury Hospital, which is a mental hospital or psychiatric hospital, since she was arrested. And she tried to kill herself, and she still wants to. But, they're going to waste all kinds of time and money on this case. Yeah, she was a labor and delivery nurse. That's true. All right, let's read this. Kid-killing mom Lindsay Clancy's gruesome slay trial set to open with haunting details and biggest witness on the stand first. Yep, that's what she got. She killed him 100. She stabbed him 108 times. Yeah. Horrific details in the case of accused murderous Massachusetts mom Lindsay Clancy, who fatally strangled her 3 young children, will begin pouring out in court this week. Clancy's legal team and the prosecution are expected to deliver highly anticipated opening statements in the triple slay murder trial starting Monday morning after a jury pool of 12 women and 6 men were locked in last week. Yes, she's paraplegic. She's paralyzed from the waist down. The killer mom's ex-husband, Patrick Clancy, who now lives in New York City with his new wife, infertility specialist, and then they name her, was that necessary? Is slated to testify as the first witness. Patrick, who discovered his and Lindsay's 3 kids dead in their Duxbury home in January 2023. Trigger warning, sorry, a little too late. All right, Team Brittany's like, I'm going to watch SpongeBob. I'm out of here. Love you, girl. Yeah, 12 women and 6 men. All right, so we know that. 12 women, 6 men. So there's 18. 6 will be alternates eventually if none get kicked out during this 4 to 6 week trial. Patrick Clancy, who discovered his and Lindsay's 3 kids dead in their Duxbury home in January of 2023, is going to take the stand for the prosecution first, though he's also on the defense team's witness list, according to the Boston Globe. And there's Lindsay at one of her court appearances. Her eyes are dead. She's dead behind the eyes. She doesn't want to be here. It's very clear. She may be heavily medicated. It's totally understandable. But she has the right to be at her trial every single day. And she will be there every single day. Unlike Adam Montgomery, who just chose not to come to his trial in New Hampshire and just didn't show up. The dad will likely face questions about his marriage with Clancy, their home life, and his perception of his then-wife's mental state leading up to the grisly killings, as well as his version of events that fateful day, the outlet reported. Lindsay's lawyer, Kevin Reddington, will then have the opportunity to cross-examine Patrick and bring up points that are essential to the defense's insanity argument, including the mom's repeated efforts to get help for her postpartum psychosis. The trial's outcome will hinge on whether jurors believe the former nurse was suffering from a psychiatric episode worsened by a cocktail of antipsychotic medications when she strangled the children to death, according to experts. Julie says If she's heavily medicated, can she take the stand in her own defense? I do not think she will be taking the stand. Questions can be asked, like, have you taken any medication today or failed to take any medication today that you should have taken that could impact your ability to testify here today? But I don't think that she's going to be taking the stand. It's not a whodunit, it's a why. The whole case is just her state of mind and whether she was aware of right from wrong. And literally, if she was aware what she was doing was going to end up killing her kids, former prosecutor Mark Betterow told the New York Post. There's Mr. Betterow. Clancy is accused of using exercise bands. Trigger warning you again. To choke the life out of her children in the basement of the family's home before becoming paralyzed from the waist down from a later botched bid to kill herself, right? She jumped out a second floor window. Prosecutors are expected to argue that the mother wasn't suffering a mental break. Rather, they will reportedly present internet searches and other evidence showing she was lucid enough to methodically plan how to get her husband out of the house that day so she could be alone with their children, Cora, 5, Dawson, 3, and 8-month-old Callan. A picture of these beautiful babies, which I can't even look at. Sorry. Guess who their witness is? The witness who's going to talk about the Google searches and when they were done? Ian Whiffen. Ian Whiffen of Canada is being hired by the Commonwealth to come back because of his great job in both Karen Reid's trials to testify about the internet searches, the Google searches made by Lindsay Clancy. I wonder if he's going to say that the timestamp is not accurate. Because remember, Celebrite changed its software based on Jennifer McCabe's 227 search. Yep. Oh, Julie, Kevin Reddington has so much empathy. He has nearly broken down in tears several times during the course of the pretrial hearings that we have watched. And he has so much empathy for her. He wanted to bring in witnesses, lay witnesses who had experienced postpartum to testify about what they had been through. And it was good effort, but the judge didn't allow it. And I never thought he would, but that's how much he wants people to understand postpartum. Can't wait to hear Ian Whiffen's testimony. Whiffen comes back in time by drift. Yep. Time drifts. There is a civil suit. There are 2 civil suits pending. Carrie B. She says, do you think a prosecution like this hinders a civil suit if she's found not psychotic? There are civil suits, though. Lindsay Clancy has filed a medical malpractice case against her doctors, and Patrick Clancy has filed a wrongful death case against her doctors and medical providers for the children. It's horrific. So when a defendant in Massachusetts pleads lack of criminal responsibility, or what used to be called not guilty by reason of insanity, the burden shifts to the Commonwealth to show that she was sane and was not having a psychotic break at the time that these crimes were committed. I have covered the civil cases. Look in my Lindsay Clancy playlist. And it tells us everything about all the medications that she was on at the time, all the treatment that she tried to get. She checked herself into McLean. It was a holiday weekend. Nobody even saw her for something like 72 hours. I don't remember all the details, but I'll try and refresh my recollection before tomorrow. Patrick Clancy filed a last-minute motion last week seeking to prevent the public from hearing a recording of his 911 call, as well as seeing any pre-incident crime scene or autopsy photographs of the 3 kids during the trial, according to court papers. He also requested that the display of any clothing that once belonged to his children be restricted in the courtroom. Yeah, and Kevin Reddington went nuts. He's like, do we really need to be holding up onesies with blood and bodily fluids on them? He was outraged. Judge William Sullivan reportedly granted the motion on Friday, ordering media not to record, display, reproduce, distribute, or otherwise disseminate the 911 call and autopsy photos. But the evidence will be shown to everyone present in the courtroom, and reporters are allowed to discuss its contents, WCVB reported. The defense team filed an additional motion to try and prevent more than a dozen cops and firefighters who responded to the horrific murder scene from testifying. Oh, I mean, I have the pretrial memorandum. We can take a look at it. The number of first responders that the Commonwealth wants to call is staggering. And it's going to be cumulative. Like, do we really need to see all do we need to hear from all of those witnesses? I don't think so. Every single person who arrived on the scene to describe what they saw? I don't think so. Yeah, Rosemary Scapicchio represents Lindsay Clancy in her med-mal case. The first responders already testified in the grand jury to basically the same facts, and repeated testimony of this nature is and would be irreparably prejudicial, Reddington wrote in the filing. Regarding that motion, the judge said he will sidebar with both the defense and prosecution lawyers before each new witness takes the stand so he can decide whether their testimony is necessary, the outlet reported. The jury pool was locked in Thursday after more than 300 potential jurors were questioned and excused from the case, including many who left the Plymouth County Courthouse in tears from having to contemplate the harrowing killings. Yeah, and they were asked like some really personal questions too. Like, have you ever suffered from mental illness? Has anyone in your family ever suffered mental illness? Have you ever had postpartum? Like crazy, like invasive questions. And do you think everyone would tell the truth? I don't know. And here's a picture of them with two of their children in happier times. The wheelchair-bound 35-year-old Lindsay appeared to frown and gaze intensely at potential jurors as the arduous process dragged on. Her parents, Paula and Mike Musgrove, sat stoically in the gallery behind her, courtroom photos show. Only 12 jurors will deliberate once all the evidence has been presented in the trial, which is slated to last up to 2 months and feature testimonies of up to 200 witnesses. The other 6 selected panelists are alternates. All prospective jurors were required to answer a lengthy list of personal questions last week, including whether they had been diagnosed with postpartum depression or an anxiety or bipolar disorder, or whether any of their family members had, according to the Boston Globe. They were also asked whether they or a family member had any experience with the mental health system that would prevent them from being impartial, and if they could remain open-minded about the defense's insanity argument, the outlet reported. And here's a picture of their home in Duxbury. And here's the thing, like postpartum doesn't discriminate, right? It can happen to anyone. It can happen to a labor and delivery nurse who deals with moms in postpartum every single day. Underneath the shot of the house, it says Clancy is accused of using exercise bands to fatally strangle her kids in the basement of the family's Duxbury, Mass home before becoming paralyzed from the waist down from a later botched bid to kill herself. After filling out the lengthy questionnaire, each prospective juror was sent into the Plymouth County courtroom to be interviewed by Reddington Assistant District Attorneys Jennifer Sprague and Shannon Buckingham and Judge Sullivan. Millennial Mama says, this is the first trial I see where everyone has already made their mind up. I don't have my mind up. I'm just saying that I'm open. I am open to hearing both sides of this case. She says, can we let the evidence come in at trial? And then, I mean, I'm totally open. I think there's a lot of people who are not open to even hearing the postpartum defense. That's what I'm trying to highlight here. I'm not saying that I buy it 100% at all, because I want to hear the experts talk about it too, right? Postpartum hits everyone differently, says Mama Mars, New York. This case is so heartbreaking, and that's why we're not doing the entire thing gavel to gavel, but we've done so much pretrial, I feel like we got to do openings. And so, yeah, Brooke Shields was very outspoken about her postpartum. You're right. You're right about that a lot, because some celebrities have been. Leslie says the ADA in the Clancy case tomorrow is going to need to check herself. It's a fine line she's walking. Yeah, that's Jennifer Sprague that you're talking about. I know. Although those conversations were private, the Boston Globe reported that several candidates were overheard admitting they couldn't fairly judge Clancy, and multiple potential jurors were promptly excused after bursting into tears during the questioning. A box of tissues was even placed inside the courtroom for individuals who grew emotional while grisly case details were discussed, according to the outlet. The jury selection process faced even more setbacks when 3 jury members requested to be removed from the case earlier this week. Oh, so they were already sitting on the jury and they asked to get out? I just don't know if I can handle being on the jury, said an emotional young man who had previously been selected to serve on the jury to Judge Sullivan on Wednesday. 2 more jurors were cut loose on Thursday. Should Lindsay be found not guilty by insanity, the former labor and delivery nurse at Mass General Hospital would reportedly remain committed to a state psychiatric hospital and only walk free in the future if doctors conclude she does not pose a danger to society. And that is how the New York Post covered it today. I Stand With Mel says, I was a new mom with a pilot for a husband. My mom was a teacher and I couldn't get to me for 2 weeks. I felt like my skin was crawling with the PPD, but once she got there, I was fine. PPD is real. That is rough. Devin says, the Commonwealth believes Lindsay planned it, and because small children are involved, it's personal and sensitive for everyone. I know. Tammy says, I think in my opinion, the Commonwealth is going with the case as there have been so many moms claiming insane when taking the lives of their children and to find out they are not. So maybe society is controlling the Commonwealth in this case. I don't know. We've seen so many people in the Commonwealth overcharged. I mean, do you think that Brian Camp should have been tried for killing a home intruder who tried to kill him and his brookie and their 2 little girls? I mean, that was insane. Do you think that Penny McGee should have been tried for manslaughter when she had a verbal argument with her ex-husband in a hallway in the foyer and he dropped dead of a heart attack and she's on trial for manslaughter? Like, it's insane what's going on there. I know. I understand what you're saying. Dancing Gwen said, just as you said, Mel, those NICU nurses are angels. I know, angels. So many parents feel that way. Well, that was Lindsay. She saved a lot of babies' lives. Was she a NICU nurse or a labor and delivery nurse? I know. It's just horrible. Right. The list of medications, Genosaurus Rex Esquire says, with just a 17-minute visit, despite her begging for help, is horrifying. Yes. And Pierre pointing out that postpartum is even different with different kids and different pregnancies. Right. I Stand With Mel says, people were so against Andrea Yates and my heart just went out to her. Hate to say it, but some of the blame lies with the husbands. Why would they have left him alone? I feel like Patrick Clancy did everything that he was supposed to be doing. And he literally just went out to get dinner. So, I mean, I don't know. I want to hear from him. He's been standing beside her, even though he's remarried. He's like, this is not the woman that I married. Like, something happened. Postpartum psychosis is different, yes, than if there is such a generic postpartum. I mean, not everyone who has postpartum has thoughts of harming their child either. That's not what postpartum is, you know? Jezebel says, to feel like the passenger in your own mind is maddening and terrifying. Another normal mom says, no one is saying this is normal. Yeah. Julie says, I think that's what's so jarring. The Commonwealth doesn't seem to have any emotions. I'm not saying they don't. They just don't show it. While Reddington has his heart on his sleeve. Remember, I don't know if you watched it with me, any of you were here when we did the Colorado trial, the Boulder trial of the King Soopers mass shooter, that trial. And the feed was bad and we couldn't really watch the whole thing, but the district attorney of Boulder, Michael Daugherty, who tried that case, had so much compassion. I mean, and this guy, you want to talk about evil. This guy, coming in and shooting up a lot of people. It was my King Soopers when I lived in Boulder. It was right down the street from where I lived. He had so much compassion. It was just such a different vibe. The vibes are off on this trial. The vibes are off. I do like Judge Sullivan, but I don't like the way that these female prosecutors are attacking this case. And it doesn't need to be attacked. It can be handled in a much more sensitive way. And you can still try your case and still try and get the conviction if that's what you really want to do, on marching orders from whoever the Plymouth County DA is. Who's the Plymouth County DA? Christine McGuire is admitting, she's like, I don't know much at all about postpartum. I'm very open to learning through trial. Yeah, if nothing else, I want this to be something that shines more light. I admittedly don't know a lot about it either. I don't think, unless you've been through it, you might not know what it involves and what medications are right or wrong and how important it is to monitor women who are on these medications. And she tried to get help. She was a nurse. She knew it wasn't right. Listen, nobody knows your body better than you do. Nobody knows your body better than you do. So if a doctor tries to gaslight you and tell you that you're imagining things, or, it's not really as bad as you say, find another doctor. Okay, find another doctor, because nobody knows your own body better than you do. Fight me on it. Hang on one second, because I just want to show you the witness list. Where did I put it? We Are the Millers. Yeah, that was a good one. Oh, the DA is Ted Cruz of Plymouth County? Why do we never? That name is not familiar. I'm surprised he's allowing it to be pursued. I know him, and this case stands out for me. Mother Marcia says, I think Reddington will have Whiffen for lunch and dessert. He's so passionate about this case. And Lindsay, yeah. I know. That's another day that we're going to watch. Thank you. I'm the problem. Ms. May says, I pray everyone stays somewhat in check. And also, Melanie, please, if it feels too much, don't put yourself through Monday. If it gets heavy, we understand. And Patrick's new wife is the double of Lindsay. Really? She looks just like her? Oh, man. There was an interesting comment here. Hold on. Melanie Gore says the 3 kids are dead. If she's sick, hospital forever. People hated Yates, but seemed to be sympathetic for Clancy. No, listen, there's a lot of people who are not sympathetic for Lindsay Clancy at all. At all. Listen, nobody wishes that she succeeded in killing herself more than Lindsay Clancy does. I can guarantee you that. Oh, Tim Cruz. Okay, not Ted Cruz. I'm like, it's okay. It's Timothy Cruz. And so, listen, we have a very unusual chat here and viewership here, where I think a lot of people in this community, the cupcakes, a lot of people here are empaths, and a lot of people see nuance, and a lot of people are willing to open their minds to the possibility that something else could have happened here, more so than maybe other places. Like, oh my God, try and survive in the law and crime chat. I give it one day, try. And Andrea Yates was like over 25 years ago, right? I think maybe people are more open to things like this now. I don't know. I'm not saying that she is absolutely not guilty by reason of insanity. I want to hear the evidence too. I'm just saying that I'm open to it. I think a lot of people are not open to it at all. It's like, how can anybody do that to their kids? That's it. It's like it reminds me a lot of the Carly Gregg trial. Carly Gregg was 14 years old when she killed her mother. And that too, it was not a whodunit. It was a why. She too was on some black box medications. She was like 13 or 14 years old. And she was tried in Mississippi. And she was as an adult, and she is now sentenced to life without ever the possibility of parole. And it is scary. Something was going on with Carly Gregg too, in my opinion. Let's take a look now, if we will, at the joint pretrial memorandum, just briefly, so that we have an idea of what is in store tomorrow. Here's the joint pretrial memorandum, Commonwealth versus Lindsay Clancy, filed by both sides jointly. Now come the parties in the above captioned matter and file the following joint pretrial memorandum pursuant to Superior Court Standing Order 286. Agreed statement of facts to be read to the jury during impanelment. This is what they agreed to. It is alleged that on or about January 24th, 2023, the defendant strangled her 3 children, 5-year-old Cora Clancy, 3-year-old Dawson Clancy, and 8-month-old Callan Clancy with exercise bands in the basement of their home in Duxbury, Massachusetts, thereby murdering them with deliberate premeditation and with extreme atrocity and cruelty. These allegations form the basis of these indictments. The defendant denies the allegations that form the basis of these indictments. There are no stipulations presently proposed by any of the parties. And here is the list of witnesses. Now, remember also, if you've been following the pretrial with me, you know this. They wanted to. The defense wanted to, and Lindsay Clancy wanted to stipulate to the taking of the lives of her children. It's not a whodunit. Everyone knows she did it. She knows she did it. She admits that she did it. They wanted to stipulate to that and just talk about the penalty phase. And the Commonwealth was like, no, we want everyone to hear about the gruesome details. I'm sure that of course the defendant wants to whitewash these killings. That's what she said the other day. Yes, Mimi says, notice it's a lot of women that they're overcharging over there in Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. Here is the list of the Massachusetts State Police officers that they want to call, or troopers or whatnot. Okay. 23 of them, 23 members of the Massachusetts State Police are on the Commonwealth witness list. I don't recognize any of them from any of the other trials we've covered. And then there are 12 members of the Duxbury Police Department. Thank you, Mama. Mama Z, I'm going to put that up so that I come back and remember this later. Oh, my thumbnail says June 26th, not July 26th. No, thank you for being that person. I'll fix it. That's so funny. I mean, thank you for telling me. I'm out. How could I do that? I'm glad that you told me. Biotone for new plants, flower tone for flowering plants, holly tone also good, especially for hydrangeas. Thank you very much. Okay, so 12 members of the Duxbury PD. Ten members of the Duxbury Fire Department. I'm sorry, 12 members of the Duxbury Fire Department. 3 members of the Marshfield Fire Department. 4 members of the Pembroke Fire Department. 2 members of the Kingston Fire Department. 2 members of the Hanson Fire Department. I guess it took a lot of first responders at this scene. Imagine the PTSD they are all suffering from responding to the scene. Reddington says he thinks this will be 3 to 4 weeks. They are not calling all those people. Well, they're not his witnesses. They're the Commonwealth's. And the judge did say, Reddington argued that it would be cumulative and that he didn't want all of them to have to testify. And he said he would go on a witness by witness basis and they could do a sidebar about it. And he would decide, if it's going to be cumulative or not. So I thought they were saying 4 to 6 weeks. And then there are 3 doctors from Beth Israel in Plymouth. There are 4 doctors from Boston Children's Hospital. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 providers from South Shore Hospital. Nine doctors and other providers or other employees of the Brigham and Women's Hospital. This doctor, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Dr. Negri, he's in New York now because there was an issue about a subpoena. He didn't want to come in. 1 doctor and 1 other provider from the Massachusetts General Hospital. 2 providers from South Shore Health, 1 from Astor Mental Health. 3 providers from South Shore Health Perinatal Behavioral Health Program. 1 doctor from McLean Hospital. And look at how many witnesses from the MSP Crime Lab, including Maureen Hartnett. Remember Maureen Hartnett from the Karen Reed trials? About 25 lab techs and other employees of the MSP Crime Lab, because they're going to have to call, I think under new law, they're going to have to call every single person who touched anything. Nicholas Roberts, you remember him? He's the one who testified about the bogus BAC extrapolation for Karen Reed. He was a good witness. I liked him, actually. He was like, yeah, unless we know when, the last drink was. Yeah, I can't really give you a good reading because we never know when her last drink was. And, Maureen Hartnett. Yeah, the little hairs that could. The 2 little Miss 2 hairs. Little Miss 2 hairs labeled B. One didn't know how to take a swab. I think she also didn't pass her credentials or something once or twice. But his name is familiar, Nicholas Roberts. And then Hannah Knowles, I think she testified in Karen Reed's trial too, in lieu of someone else who was out on medical leave, I think. Then they've got a bunch of witnesses from NMS Labs. About 13 witnesses from that lab. Not sure what that is. They have 3 medical examiners on the list, including Dr. Renee Stonebridge, the queen of everything brains. She's got full sleeve tattoos and she wears a tank top to court, and we love her. Love her. But the other 2 medical she's the brain doctor. She's the one who examines brains. She knows everything about the brains. Dr. Barbara Vidal and Dr. Kimberly Springer. That's Mary Nagel, but it's different spelling. The Julie and Ryan Nagel, they are Nagel. This is Nagle, but I spy you have good. Nothing gets by you guys. Here's the Commonwealth experts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, including Ian Whiffen from Celebrate, Alberta, Canada. I want to tune in for Dr. Stonebridge. I want to tune in for Ian Whiffen. Then they have a list of civilians. Patrick Clancy at the top. He will be the first witness tomorrow. And these are her parents, we learned. Paula and Michael Musgrove. And there's some more Clancy's on the list who I guess they're also standing with her. The entire family is like, this is not our Lindsay. I mean, 35 lay witnesses, 35 civilians approximately. I mean, can you imagine? I can't even imagine how Patrick must be feeling tonight either. Oh, more. There's more. I'm sorry. More than 35. Over 40. For the defendant. It says, the proposed exhibits include but are not limited to photographs, crime scene photos, surveillance footage, 911 call, clothing, knife, journals, medications, receipts, maps, phone and computer extractions, and medical records. The following are anticipated pretrial or trial motions to be heard by the trial judge. Well, they are going on a view. Photographs are coming in, but the public is not going to see the autopsy photos. Most of these motions have already been decided. Some of them are going to be reserved for the time of trial and, see how things go. The defendant is in custody. An interpreter is not needed for the defendant or any witness. The estimated length of trial is 4 to 6 weeks. There it is. XOXO Timothy Cruz, District Attorney, by Jennifer Sprague and Kevin Reddington for the defendant. The copy that I have is undated. And we do know, not listed on here, but the defense experts include Dr. Zeisel and Dr. La Posada. And I don't know exactly what the judge said about their testimony, so I don't want to give you the wrong information. If anybody knows exactly what he ruled, I thought it was kind of like a wait and see sort of thing. La Posada's on stand by the Commonwealth said Reddington waited too long to add her, so he's going to have to argue at sidebar mid-trial. What about Dr. Zeisel? We saw Dr. Zeisel testify in. Did he testify at Kelsey Fitzsimmons and Lucy Medina? Because Dr. Zeisel is amazing. She is in custody. She's in Tewksbury Hospital. I think it's like a wait and see sort of thing. I don't know if any of them have been specifically excluded. Tell the Truth says Andrea Yates has resided in a Texas mental health facility since 2007 and has repeatedly waived her annual competency reviews that could allow her release. I guess she doesn't even want to get out, huh? You guys recommended this stream to me. To be honest, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. It's got 100,000 views. It's called Dr. Joseph. I'll pull it up so you can find it. Maybe you want to watch this tonight if you need something else to do. But many of you recommended this to me. His name is Dr. Joseph, Josef. He's got 243,000 subscribers. It's already got 100,000 views. And it was 5 days ago that he posted this. Psychiatrist listens to Lindsay Clancy insanity defense. If you watched it and you recommend, let everyone else in the chat know. I'm just recommending it based on you guys, because you guys are the ones who said that it was good. I have not had the opportunity to read it myself, so I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't play it on my stream anyway. I wouldn't play it because I don't play other creators' content unless I have their permission. So I can't. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. There are doctors that I've had on the channel who let me play their stuff, and they've come on the channel, and people like Garrett Wing, who came on the channel. He also has a YouTube channel. You guys said it was excellent. Excellent. No, I did notice the typo, Casey. I know. It bothers me too. It bothers me too. I know. One was Musgrover and one was Musgrove. I'm trying to keep my inner peace today is what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. You guys say it's very informative. It is very informative. I stand with Mel says I would give anything to be able to have a garden, but here in Texas, it's just too hot for anything to really thrive. What about succulents? Do you have I love a succulent garden. Can you grow those? Thank you for your 5. Crazy Aunt Chris became a member. Welcome. Welcome. Kimberly says, I love your drama-free lives. Oh, thank you. Thanks for being here for 2 years. You're amazing. You're awesome. Lorna from Scotland. Thank you for your 3 matcha lattes. You're amazing. She says, expert in gift wrapping. Sassenach. Love it. Love it. I stand with Mel. Thank you for your 20. Says, there's a great movie called Love and Death on Netflix starring Mary-Kate Olsen. It's based on a true story that happened here in Wiley, Texas in 1980. The 80s music is awesome too. It revived my love for Juice Newton. Juice Newton. Oh my God. There's a blast from the past. There's a blast from the past, huh? Laura, thank you for your Venmo. She says, I was a phone company. The life insurance expert. Now I work at the animal shelter and found that my superpower is saving dogs and helping their humans. Happy 2-year anniversary to us, Laura. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Oh, well, please. Thoughts, questions, comments, concerns. I'm going to teleport you to the morning stream so that you can just hit the reminder so that you'll remember to come back. I set it for 9 a.m. I didn't know if I just set it on a delay so that we have time to fast forward through the breaks, but usually we have so much to talk about that if they start at 9, you know how I stop and explain. So it takes a little bit longer anyway. And then we wind up behind and then we wind up fast forwarding through lunch. But we will have time to take a little bit of a lunch tomorrow. Thoughts, questions, comments, concerns before we wrap up this 2.5-hour stream on a Sunday evening, because we got to get our beauty sleep so we can get back here at 9 a.m. Eastern to start covering the tragedy of Lindsay Clancy tomorrow. Thank you all for spending 2.5 hours of your evening with me. There were some petty streams going on, so we're missing a lot of people. But listen, some people want to watch that kind of stuff. More power to them. I just can't do it. Juice Newton and Crystal Gale says, our vet. Julie said, it's been a tough week, but you made me smile. Oh, I'm glad. I love your nice emails that you send me. Somebody sent me some matcha lattes the other day and said, listen, I just want you to know how much you keep me company because I have agoraphobia and I haven't been out of my house in like a year. And she's like, every time I hear your voice when you go on the air, it makes me so happy. And she said, you can feel free to share this because I'm sure there's a lot of other people who feel that way too. So if you do have agoraphobia, I see you. GES says maybe the shock value will cause the loosey-goosey PhDs to reassess what they prescribe. Court starts at 9. We also will start at 9. I'm going to teleport you right on over there. We're just starting off with day 1. We're just going to do day 1, and then we're going to see where we go from there. I can't do it every day. I just can't do it. She begged for help, says Sherry. The cocktail and meds they gave her are so dangerous, especially starting and stopping. Yep. True. People are putting their movies in the chat. Putting your movies in the chat. Princess Bride. I'm teleporting everyone to my stream for the morning to hit the reminder. Sorry, I already have it set up that way. But then after you do that, then go over to Next Witness because there's a premiere happening. Is that what I hear? Awesome. Go on over to Expert Witness for a premiere. All right. Thank you so much. Lake Winnie, Mama Bear. I love Lake Winnipesaukee so much. Love you, Mel. I had to put my sweet kitty down. I'm so sorry. Needed a live stream with the cupcakes tonight. I'm so sorry. That's hard. That's so hard. If you want to know more about the medications, I can link the stream that I did below for the medical malpractice complaint that I reviewed with you. That entire stream. It's not a very long stream. I was away when I did it with bad Wi-Fi, and I think I couldn't even put it up on the screen. I just read it to you. And so that's the way it is. All right. I love you guys so much. Stay cool, stay kind, stay classy. Above all, stay safe. Don't believe everything you read on the internet. Don't give the trolls any of your oxygen. And I will see you in the morning. Okay, I will link it as soon as we get done here after I change my thumbnail to July instead of June. I love you so much. I'll see you in the morning, my friends, bright and early. We're going to do it the way we do it, with sensitivity and grace. Peace out, you guys. I love you so much.